it really is one planet, one people, one economy, and the notion that you can teach people about business isolated from, the rest of the world is truly parochial. And I think Carlson recognized that way ahead of everybody else. We're preparing students for things that we don't even know are going to happen, in a world that we cannot even imagine.
It's no longer a luxury to go overseas to understand what's going on in the world of business worldwide. I'd say it's a necessity. And that's the message we want to convey to our students.
Having students realize an international experience while they're students is critical to, I think, motivating them and making them realize how important it is for them to be capable of working in an international and an intercultural environment.
Having every single student have an international experience is an absolute great requirement to have as a school, because it's giving those students, even though it might be hard to do and commit to an international experience, it's giving them the edge for becoming a more global citizen.
It was a real challenge actually going and visiting China for someone who doesn't speak the language and knows only a little bit about the culture, only through some friends, but going there and seeing it hands-on and trying to live it, it basically opened my eyes to a whole new experience.
It was life-changing, and it was hard to describe it in words. I felt like it opened up my eyes a lot from just meeting people and from being in class with students from all over the place.
I guess it challenged some of my most basic assumptions that I just took for granted. And so I think that one of the best ways to learn about yourself is to have the opportunity to step outside into areas where you're not necessarily comfortable and where things are quite a bit different. And international programs for me was an opportunity to do just that. The more flexible you can be, the better off, the more opportunities that you have in your life. Regardless of where you want to be in the world, that's a very strong quality to have that's beneficial for the long run.
It's a remarkable experience. It will change your life in ways that you cannot even articulate. I learned whole new aspects of how competition is done, because the Chinese compete differently, the people in Central Europe competed differently. So it was just amazing to see these things in practice and ask, and you start to think about it. You start to say, well, what's going on over here that I can uniquely study and understand over here? Where's a connection over there? Is there data on this side? Are there people doing, with interesting managerial challenges with the work I have might be relevant? It all shifts and changes fundamentally once you've been there.
What the Live Case programming has done has really expanded our network of corporate partners and university partners. We are now working with more companies than we've ever worked with before. We have new foreign business school partners.
Having students, i.e. an outsider perspective, a consultant perspective, if you will, giving us kind of feedback from their academic experience and their own personal experience in the workplace is tremendous. I mean, every live case that we've done has brought, in many different ways, excellent results.
It's very refreshing to have students coming into a project like this. They are new, they have no limits, they have lots of imagination. So we, as a global company, we need global competence. So this is where I think we have a good fit with Carlson, because in Carlson you are producing young talent with global experience, and in Cargill we are looking for young talent with global experience.
In the course of setting up the Center for International Business Education and Research, the CIBER, which the Carlson Global Institute received, the board of CIBER includes people from business, includes people from the Minnesota Trade Office, includes people from all across the university and MINSQ as well. And what we've been hearing from them is how valuable the whole internationalization experience is for students, for the economy of Minnesota, for trade in Minnesota.
we're partnering with the Minnesota Department of Trade, we're partnering with Enterprise Minnesota, offering programming that will help small and medium-sized companies within the region to better realize the challenges, or better confront the challenges and realize the opportunities that exist globally.
Expecting a little bit of an academic twist, we got a real pragmatic twist. We got frank and experienced discussions. So the feedback from our clients is really, I think, best exemplified by companies that have come to one event and have turned right around and brought a larger group of their management team to the next event, saying, wow, I need to get more of the team. Now we got CEOs going out and spreading the word. Carlson School, the international program, is not just for larger companies. It really works to help you be a better company on an international market, and maybe even just a better business too.
My hope for the Carlson Global Institute is that people will rally behind it as a resource for the community, not just the university community or the Carlson community, but the Twin Cities and the region. This is a unique community that is already global. We just need to talk more about it and connect the dots and bring all of these stakeholders together. And that's really what I see the Institute doing, both inside this building and outside the campus.